Americans spend over $50 billion a year on vitamins, and chronic disease rates have never been higher in the history of this country. Read that twice. The most supplemented generation in human history is also the sickest. The problem isn't a lack of nutrients. The problem is that the nutrients you're swallowing aren't reaching your cells, and in some cases, they're actively working against you. In the next 8 minutes, I'm breaking down the only 5 supplements with genuine, measurable biological impact in 2026, including the specific bioactive forms almost no one talks about. The last one isn't even a vitamin. It's the molecule your body uses to fight aging at the cellular level, and after age 20, it starts disappearing. Stay until the end. Number 2 might shock anyone with European ancestry. Here's the brutal truth nobody talks about. Modern industrial agriculture has stripped up to 70% of the minerals from our soil over the past 50 years. Even if you eat clean, you're still depleted. But it gets worse. The supplement industry filled that gap with synthetic, cheap, poorly absorbed forms, designed for shelf stability, not human biology. Your cells quite literally don't recognize them. Let's start the countdown. Number 5, vitamin D3, paired with vitamin K2. Stop calling it a vitamin. It's a steroid hormone that regulates over 2,000 genes, most of your immune signaling included. And here's what almost no one tells you. Your blood level matters far less than your VDR gene, the vitamin D receptor. That single gene determines how sensitive your cells are to the vitamin D you swallow. Some people thrive at 30 nanograms per milliliter. Others need 50 or 60 to feel anything. That's why 2 friends taking the same dose can have radically different outcomes. But here's the trap most people fall into. D3 alone tells your body to absorb more calcium. Without K2, that calcium doesn't go to your bones. It accumulates in your arteries. K2 activates a protein called matrix GLA, which acts like a traffic cop, redirecting calcium where it actually belongs. D3 without K2 isn't supplementation, it's slow vascular calcification. Now imagine what happens when you also miss the next one. Number 4, Omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA. There's a blood test almost no doctor orders, but it predicts sudden cardiac death better than cholesterol. It's called the Omega-3 index, the percentage of EPA and DHA inside your red blood cell membranes. In Japan, the average is above 8%. In the United States, the average is below 4%. That single number alone explains why Japan has one of the lowest rates of sudden cardiac death on Earth. But fish oil isn't the same as omega-3. Most bottles on store shelves are already partially rancid before you open them, oxidized fats that create more inflammation than they fight. What you need is a molecularly distilled formulation with a verified low oxidation value and a clinical dose of EPA combined with DHA. Ever checked your omega-3 index? Most people never have, and it's quietly costing them years. But the next one might cost you something far more personal. Your mood. Number 3, strain-specific multi-strain probiotics. Here's something the supplement aisle won't tell you. Not all probiotic strains do the same thing. Lactobacillus rhamnosus reduces anxiety. Bifidobacterium longum modulates cortisol. Saccharomyces boulardii defends against pathogens. Buying a generic probiotic with no strain identification is like buying a car without knowing if it's a Ferrari or a forklift. But here's the deeper science. Your vagus nerve, the longest cranial nerve in your body, is a direct biological cable between your gut and your brain. Nearly 90% of its signals travel one way, from gut to brain, not the reverse. Your microbes aren't passengers, they're driving. When the right strains colonize, they produce postbiotics, short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, that calm inflammation, repair your intestinal lining, and stabilize your mood from the inside out. But all of this falls apart if your cells can't activate the basic vitamins at number 2. Number 2, a bioactive multivitamin paired with Resveratrol. Now here's the bombshell. Up to 45% of Americans carry a genetic variant called MTHFR. If you do, your body cannot efficiently convert the synthetic folic acid found in nearly every drugstore multivitamin and most fortified breakfast foods. Instead, it accumulates as unmetabolized folic acid in your blood, linked to elevated homocysteine, brain fog, fatigue, and a higher risk of cardiovascular disease. You need methylated folate, methylated B12, chelated zinc, magnesium, and selenium, forms your cells actually recognize. Add resveratrol, a polyphenol that activates sirtuins, the genes that govern cellular repair and biological aging, and you're not just preventing deficiency, you're supporting longevity at the genetic level. But every one of these still depends on the molecule at number one. Number one, a clinically validated glutathione precursor. Glutathione isn't an antioxidant, it's the antioxidant. Every other antioxidant, vitamin C, vitamin E, alpha-lipoic acid, CoQ10, depends on glutathione to recycle and stay active inside your cells. It detoxifies your liver, it protects your DNA, it defends your mitochondria, the tiny power plants that generate every watt of energy you have. After age 20, your levels start declining roughly 1% every year. By 40, you've lost 20%. By 60, more than 40. But here's the paradox. You cannot swallow glutathione and absorb it. Your stomach acid destroys the molecule on contact. Even free L-cysteine, the building block, gets broken down by digestive enzymes before it ever reaches a cell. The breakthrough came from a researcher at McGill University in the late 1970s. He discovered that a specific bonded form of cysteine, called cysteine, two cysteine molecules linked by a fragile disulfide bridge, could survive digestion and enter your cells intact. That single discovery launched decades of clinical research. Today, this specific cysteine-bonded whey isolate is the only nutraceutical of its kind referenced in the medical reference book American physicians use every day. It's been clinically studied in patients with HIV, liver disease, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, traumatic brain injury, and age-related muscle decline. This isn't supplementation, this is applied cellular biology. So there you have it. 5 supplements with genuine biological impact in 2026, vitamin D3 with K2, dosed to your genetics, Omega-3 EPA and DHA, measured by your Omega-3 index, strain-specific multi-strain probiotics, chosen for your symptoms, a bioactive multivitamin with methylated B vitamins and resveratrol, built for your methylation, and the only clinically validated glutathione precursor, the molecule your body uses to fight aging from inside every cell. I've listed the exact sources I personally recommend for each of these 5 supplements in the description below, including the cysteine-bonded whey isolate used in the original McGill clinical trials. If this video changed how you think about your supplements, hit subscribe and watch the next one, where I expose 3 popular supplements that are silently damaging American livers right now. Your body rebuilds itself every 24 hours. Choose carefully what you feed it.